My name is Sílvia FARIA, and I'm here to talk a little bit with you about the study that I have developed all together with my colleagues Pedro, Sofia, GOMES, and Carla, GABRIEL. We have tried to study a little bit about online shopping experiences, but focusing on second-hand online shopping. Well, our presentation will follow this index. Okay, so as research goal, we wanted to understand how brand trust and perceived risk influences the brand experience of an online marketplace of second-hand products. Our keywords were, therefore, brand trust, perceived risk, brand experience, second-hand products, online auction. We started by making a theoretical approach using as guidelines the keywords that I mentioned before, and we started trying to understand the growing use of online shopping and second-hand online shopping. In fact, recent studies show us that it is growing the acceptance of making purchases online, and this is a reality, no longer just in other countries, but also in Portugal. And also something that is really being accepted, generally accepted, is the growing of people that decided to buy second-hand products online. This growth of customer to customer or peer to peer is really remarkable and is achieving a considerable amount of transactions. Clothing, accessories, home furnishings, cars, furniture, and also technological products are the ones that have been most searched and bought online. Bear in mind that also nowadays we, on one side, are trying to follow minimal trends, okay, and get as less things as possible, also understanding that our consumption has an impact as far as the planet resources and so on. Some digital platforms have appeared to help people getting rid of those no longer wanted products, okay? It can be clothes, it can be anything else. So Wallapop, Apartment Therapy, Poshmark, Recloset, and Equa are very good examples. Although studies on second-hand shopping are still scarce, this is a growing reality, okay, all over the world, and there are already some researchers that have tried to understand why is this happening. So we can explain it mainly by a sense of convenience, because products are easy to find and compare. Also, due to economical appeal reasons, the capacity to get specific products at a lower price compared at the market price. Also, ideological motivations. We want to be unique and therefore get exclusive and unique products, buying them using second-hand platforms. And also the easy access to products and good and clear information about second-hand products that we can find on these platforms. Despite offering all of this, we know that buying online is perceived as being more risky than buying at physical stores. To overcome this potential lack of trust and this risk perception, online marketplace seems to offer a supposedly safer environment because they are the ones that are the intermediaries between people buying and people selling. In the past, it is real and it is a fact that consumers prefer to buy second-hand products at retail stores. But the truth is that young generations, specifically Z generation and Y generation, they really feel comfortable buying online since they are used to use technologies. And on the other side, also the older generations, mainly Generation X and baby boomers, also frequently use the internet and are now joining more and more social networks, therefore changing their consumption habits. Having a strong brand seems to induce trust and reduce risk, therefore impacting on online shopping. This is true not just for second-hand products, but also for new products. Brand trust, according to several studies, is one crucial concept when we talk about marketing and also relationship marketing theory. And trust seems, in fact, to reduce any negative perceptions towards brands by reducing anxiety and vagueness, and therefore resulting in positive perceptions. Perceived risk is also something that consumers do understand as being higher when they decide to buy online compared to offline and or physical store purchases. This is also recognized as a factor that produces negative impacts on the individual's intention to buy online. On the other hand, and related to these two concepts, we came across brand experience. So we know that actual consumers are very demanding, and therefore they prefer brands that provide them unique and very good experiences. Ensuring a positive brand experience is therefore crucial for brands to keep customers' attention, to make them pay attention in time, and even develop the repurchase intention. So, bearing in mind these three main marketing concepts, we created or developed a model trying to understand how brand trust impacts on brand experience and how perceived risk also impacts on brand experience, and therefore understanding how a positive brand experience is crucial, specifically in the context of buying online. So to do this research, we followed a quantitative approach with variables being measured using already validated constructs and scales. Therefore, our constructs, as already shown in the model that we have designed, are brand experience, perceived risk, and brand trust. So the scales that we used are Bracco-Smith and Zaratinello for brand experience, LaRoche, McDougall, Bergeron, and Young for perceived risk, and Bhattacharya for brand trust. Our study sample was constituted by 185 respondents out of 200, almost 200, in fact 122 questionnaires, but some of them with missing answers. Therefore, the final sample was 185 individuals. Data was analyzed using SPSS software, and our participants had these main characteristics. We have 55.7% of male and 42.7% of female participants. 1.6% of the participants did not mention or answer their gender. The average ages of our sample is between 26 to 45 years of age, with a 69.7% of participation. The degree of education was mainly individuals with higher education, 71.3%. As main results, after seeing all the data and making all the statistic tests that we needed to do, are as follows. To assess the construct validity and the internal consistency, we started to do an exploratory factor analysis, and Cronbach alpha was also used. This exploratory factor analysis due to brand experience revealed 4 items with factor loadings below 3 threshold. So we decided to remove these items and perform a new factor analysis. Table 2 shows the results of the second factory analysis, and the same procedure was followed for perceived risk. And here you have on table 3 the results showing that we had a single factor and with a high internal consistency. Items of brand trust were subjected to a exploratory factor analysis, revealing a single factor solution. Internal consistency is high, which is, according Morocco and Garcia Marquez, condition sine qua non to go on and develop further studies. A new variable was computed using a regression method. Here you have table 4 that showed us the factorial analysis done to brand trust. Following the procedure suggested by Zaratonello and Smith, we decided to do a linear regression to verify the relationships between the various constructs. The ANOVA that you can see in this table shows that the model is valid, and according to the results presented in this table and on table 6, perceived risk and brand trust explain 43.9% of the variation of brand experience. Brand trust makes a unique contribution of 58.6% to explaining the variation in brand experience, while perceived risk makes a unique contribution of minus 15.5%. According to these results, the hypotheses of our model were validated. The hypotheses tested were therefore confirmed. Perceived risk and brand trust are related to the formation of brand experience, but brand trust enhances the formation of a positive brand experience, while perceived risks contribute to a less positive brand experience. The fewer risks consumers perceive, the more positive the brand experience is. A well-known and a prestige brand may contribute to building trust, therefore affecting positively customer satisfaction. Specifically, this means that risk perception affects consumers' experience negatively, while feeling trust will do the opposite, making them feel that they had a positive experience. Therefore, this study seems to prove that a well-known and a prestige brand really may contribute to build trust, therefore affecting positively customer satisfaction, specifically when shopping online. For consumers that buy second-hand products from other consumers, an online marketplace platform assumes an important role in assuring trust and reducing risk, both needed for purchases to take place. Practical implications of this study show us that online market platforms must work on cues that contribute to inducing trust in the online environment. Brands operating in this context online must also manage all the cues that have the potential to induce a perception of risk. So our main conclusions are that the online marketplace of second-hand products is still understudied, but it is growing considerably all over the world. Brand trust and perceived risk are, in fact, important factors to take into account when managing the brand's experience offered to consumers off and online. The most important limitations of this research are connected to the sample size, because it was really difficult for us to get individuals to participate, because most people have been overrun with inquiries during the pandemic and also now during the post-pandemic period, this first post-pandemic period. For future studies, we recommend replicating this study to a larger number of individuals using a statistical sample of the Portuguese market. Future research should also understand the foundations of online brand trust in the context of online marketplaces of second-hand products. As Nozier Hall concluded in their research, it is important to understand the role of other variables such as online actors, bloggers, and social network influencers in the formation of online brand trust. Additionally, other elements such as brands' visual content could be examined as potential elements in generating trust in online marketplaces of second-hand products. Thank you for seeing or watching our video. Hope that you have enjoyed. And if you have any comments, any questions, you can always contact us. You have our email at this PowerPoint, so feel free to contact us.